Hello, buddy. Welcome back to 10 Man Collections. And today, since today is St. Patty's Day, but by the time this video comes out, it's already going to be past. I'm wearing green, if you guys are wondering, but I figured today I'll be showing you guys my movie collection of a certain character from Marvel that's green. And if you guys guess Incredible Hulk, you got it. All right. So this is how it's going to go. I got Incredible Hulk television show, the 3 TV movies, then the other independent Hulk movies, and 3 animated Hulk films. I'm going to be talking about what I like about each of them. I'm trying to make it quick though, so you guys won't get bored to death. So anyway, I'm going to start off with season 1. So let me go grab it real quick. Okay, got season 1. My favorite episodes on season 1 are obviously the 2 pilot movies, because it's the start of the show basically. And to be honest, when I first watched the show, when David Banner first turned to the Hulk for the first time, when he hit his hand against the pavement, that eerie sound that came out when when the white eyes are being shown on the camera, and it has that ding, like transformation noise, I said there ain't no turning back. He's turning the Hulk. And I got scared at that, but I said nowadays I don't get scared about it anymore. But my other favorite episodes of season 1 are the final round, because hey, he's in a boxing ring and he punched the boxer out, and I said, yay. And also Terror in Times Square. He's in New York. What else can I say about that? Anyway, 747. He's on an airplane. And towards the end of the episode, he was able to land the plane, even though he's got that microphone thing in his ear, and the guy keeps yelling at him, so it made him angrier. And then also Hulk breaks Las Vegas, because hey, he's in Las Vegas, and they had a guy in the casino that was playing with the dice, and when the Hulk smashed the table, everybody was more focused on that than his dice, because he said, I got a winner. Nobody paying attention, so that was funny. And then last, earthquakes happen. He's actually at a nuclear facility that's got a gamma radiated area, and he was trying to cure himself, but the darn lady thought he was a spy, and they had to shut everything off. And he thought he was a saboteur or something, but he won't. I mean, I would have told the truth saying what I'm doing, but she probably wouldn't believe me anyway. But anyway, that's season 1. I'm going to grab season 2 now. Alright, season 2. My favorite episodes on here were Married, or aka The Bride of the Incredible Hulk, because he was able to find a woman doctor that can, help him control the creature in his mind, like with hypnotherapy, but he was also getting married at the same time too. I said he was able to find somebody like him, but I hated towards the end she died, so I said I felt bad. And then the Anawak Horror, the guy that ran the general store made David mad when he was working there, and he hulked out, busted out, and that kind of gave him the idea to have a little sideshow Hulk, or not Hulk, but another creature thing, like to bring in tourism. I said, trying to make money off of that little thing, really. Genius, though, but anyway. Then, A Child in Need. Now, I wouldn't say it's my favorite episode, but I did like the plot line where David helps his boy out, and he finds out later that his dad was beating him until they finally convince him to get some help. Well, the Hulk did, basically pushed him against the wall, showing him that he's doing the same thing like you're doing your boy. And also that episode called Another Path, where he meets a martial artist named Lee Sung, and he teaches him his way of how to control his anger, basically. On disc 3, I love the episode Stop the Presses. That one was an awesome episode where basically they had a reporter putting garbage and coming up with these fake reports of health hazards, basically, and they went to go see if they could get evidence to prove to the register that it was fake. And I hate people like that, but anyway. Solitary Place, yes, another favorite episode. He was able to find some solitude until another runaway person, which is a doctor, came to his camp and brought some people to them that were trying to hunt her down, basically. And then towards the end, he had to pack up and leave again. I hated that. And then also The Haunted, where the girl thought that the house was haunted, but literally she was going through her own psyche, basically acting like she's the responsible for her sister's death, and she's acting like the sister that had a heart problem or something. And then Mystery Man, Jack McGee meets David Banner in the hospital, but they don't know who he was. They just call him John Doe, and he's bandaged up. But I thought Jack McGee could catch on to the voice, go like, "Is that David Banner?" I mean, that would be me. Hello. And then also, he finds out later that the man could turn into the Hulk. So I said that kickstarted his interest more. But anyway, the disciple, basically the lead song, is dying in this episode, and his replacement is a student of his who's a cop. So, and David goes back there trying to finish up his training with him, and then obviously he didn't. But anyway, then finally, disc 5. My favorite episodes on here were Kindred Spirits. Because they were able to figure out that there was more creatures like the Hulk back in the caveman era. And I love how they explained everything. But that's the only episode I liked on this disc. So, season 3. Alright, on season 3, I liked that episode, Metamorphosis, when he's working at this rock concert, helping out the singer over there. But her sister keeps insisting they keep adding more effects, but she don't want to. And I did not like that part where the guy drugged his orange juice and made him start hallucinating, seeing the Hulk and everything. That made me mad. But then also the episode Brainchild, I like that one because she's smart and everything. And she wanted to find her mom, but they said they couldn't find her. But she ended up escaping and meets David, and then they go on the trail to find her together. I thought that was nice. Then My Favorite Magician was another one of my favorites because I like magic, and that was a good episode for me. And then when he's in the Neptune's torture chamber, I said he forgot the key, but then it became part of the act pretty much like, you put somebody in there and all of a sudden the creature pops out, and nobody don't expect nothing of the assistant. But then I also like the episode's Homecoming because he was able to reunite with his sister and father and mend wounds with him. But then the Snare, I just like it because he was able to get on the private jet and go to this island, but the guy ended up wanting to hunt him because he was getting bored of hunting animals. I'm going, how do you get bored of hunting animals? I mean, but then that guy gets killed by accident from one of his poison arrows. And I said, well, hey, at least David could get, away from him. And on disc 3, I like the episodes Captain Knife and Proof Positive because on Captain Knife, he's working at a mall in a big store as a stock person. And at first I did not like that store manager blaming David for labeling the stuff inventory wrong or whatever. I said it may be one of your own employees, but then when the bad guys come in there to rob the place, then then he hulks out and everything and gets out of there. But then the manager gets fired, so I like that. And Proof Positive, Jack is trying to prove to his lady boss, or the boss's daughter, excuse me, that the Hulk is real, but she don't believe it until she actually sees him. So then he was able to get a call from somebody saying that the Hulk is actually at the steel mill where I work at. They go there and she sees it. He was right. And then finally this episode, Sideshow, where he's working at a carnival. I love circus stuff, so anything with that, I'm into it. But, he falls in love with this lady who's like a fortune teller person, and I hated that she was getting bullied by this one guy who's like a big preacher type character, but he's going the wrong way about it, blaming her for killing his son. But I hated that one. Then on disc 4, the episodes I like on here are the lottery. David was able to win off of a TV lottery drawing, and I said everybody wishes we can win the Powerball nowadays, but anyway. But his friend goes to collect it, but Uncle Sam took some of it for tax reasons, and he takes the rest and forms this big scam thing to con some other scammers who are trying to buy into this oil rig thing. But ingenious. But anyway, but he wanted his share, but he didn't like the way he was doing it. But anyway, then the episode called The Psychic, and this episode's actually got Bill Bixby's ex-wife in it. She was playing the psychic woman that touched him and figured out it was the Hulk, but she also predicted that Jack McGee was going to get killed by that young boy that actually killed the other boy by accident. And I was glad they were able to prove that the Hulk did not do it and kill the person in that one. But anyway. Finally, I like the episode Equinox because it had like a masquerade type theme, like Halloween. I'm into Halloween stuff, so I love that episode for that. But I mean, Jack McGee went up there to the island with a tranquilizer gun trying to trank John Doe. And then the Hulk shows up and stops everything. Those are my favorite episodes of Season 3, so I'm going to grab Season 4 now. Alright, Season 4. I figured they were starting to cram pack a lot more better episodes in Season 4. They upped the game a little bit, so on this one here, I like the episode, the two-parter Prometheus, because one, a meteorite fell, and it was gamma radiated, so when David touched it, or the Hulk touched it, it emitted some of its radiation onto him. So when he was trying to turn back to David, it caught him midway. So I said, loved it. And also they were able to show like a military type base. I said, I wanted to know how they got that permission to do that. But anyway, that's my favorite episode on that disc. And then disc 2, my favorite episodes in there are Bring Me the Head of the Hulk. Because a rival newspaper was able to hire a mercenary to go kill the Hulk. And to prove that he exists to them. But Jack McGee was able to solve where he was at and try to stop him. Good for him. And then King of the Beach is like Lou Ferrigno's first time speaking role. Gotta love it. And I know he had to like get back and forth from the makeup chair and everything to be 2 parts, so feel bad for him for that. But then, okay, disc 3. Favorite episodes on this disc? Wax Museum. Because hey, I like going to museums or even wax museums. So if it's got museum in the title, I'm watching it. But I didn't like the part where the uncle was the one that killed her dad and basically drugging her up with these sugar pills to make her hallucinate a lot more. Trying to make her loopy so they can sell the business. And also, I love the first, part 1 and 2, both of them. Incredible storyline right there where they had another guy that was afflicted with the gamma radiation like David has. But I wish they could have cast somebody taller than or bigger than Dick Durock, like muscular. Somebody like Richard Kiel, bring him back, or because he did the pilot episode before Lou. Or hire some other bodybuilder that was bigger than Lou or something. But I can't control that. But anyway. And then finally, disc 4, I like Danny. Because he was able to help this woman escape from her brother-in-laws. Because they were stealing farm equipment and stuff, just trying to sell it and get money to help buy that farm they were talking about or something, but he was able to help them get out. But the other brother-in-law, the youngest one, was more of the nicer one out of there. But anyway, then Patterns. He's working as like a person that helps cut fabric out and sends it over to the people that sew. You know, helps them out. And then the man that runs the place asked him to be his co-partner, but he did not know that he had a big debt with some gangsters. And they came in there asking for their money, and he didn't know nothing about it. I said, that's the only thing I hate about that. Next is Season 5, so hold on tightly. Alright, Season 5. The season that got canned, basically. I think the only episodes I liked on here were the 2 godmothers, where David was forced by these 3 women that were escaping from a female prison camp to take him away from there. And one of them was pregnant, and he feared that her walking so far would injure her baby or whatever. But later on, he was able to convince the other 2 to help her deliver the babies. And the prison warden was acting all psycho, wanted to kill one of them, or all 3 of them. Like, she didn't care. Like, they were enemies or something, until her assistant kind of like stopped her by grabbing the gun and went like, that's enough. And I'm glad that she became the new warden after that. But then the other one was Sanctuary, because a boy was getting transported from Mexico to Colorado to pretty much work in that rich guy's fields. And he was at the New Mexico border or something, I think. That's where it takes place at. But anyway, and the nuns over there brought him in because he got shot in the shoulder by one of the henchmen, basically. And then the other one was Triangle, because David found somebody he loved again. And they were dating, and she wanted to leave that place, and he did too. After he's working at a lumber yard, like a lumberjack basically. But then the owner found out what he was doing, and it turns out the owner was her dad. But he was acting like an uncle figure or something. But anyway, he didn't want her to leave, so and then ended up forcing David to leave. So ruined that relationship right there. That's the only thing I hate about it. But then, of course, like I said, it got canceled. I said they should have made some more episodes before it got unplugged. But anyway, I'm going to grab the TV movies. Hold on. Alright. The TV movies. Alright, I grabbed these first before I grabbed the show first at Walmart. And I just love the color art because I think they re-released this one. But it has like the blue background with the Hulk standing out in front. But Incredible Hulk Returns would be like my favorite, and then definitely Incredible Hulk and Trial. Well, I could put definitely Incredible Hulk in third place because I didn't like how they ended the Hulk there, but oh well. The storyline was better in that one, but anyway. Incredible Hulk Returns brings in Thor, and basically an old colleague of David's shows up, and he didn't want David zapping himself with that big beam that he came up with. And then he shows them they found Thor's hammer and brought Thor. And they were going to do a Thor series, but that got canceled. I said, I wish that happened, but anyway. And then later on, you know, his girl in this one gets kidnapped by the guys that want that tranquilizer thing, whatever it's called. Transponder, that's what it was. But they were going to turn it into a weapon, so he took the chip out, destroyed it, and basically he hulked out for the last time there with Thor helping him, and they were able to save her, and then he ran off, and Thor and his partner Donald Blake left, and David packed his stuff up and took off. And then of course the same thing happens later in Trial Incredible Hulk, where he's just looking for a job and pretty much trying to stay buried, he calls it. But he grows out a beard. Then he's framed for mugging this woman on the train, and it was actually some of Kingpin's men who were just robbing the diamond store. So later on, he busts out of jail as the Hulk, and then goes to his room, shaves, and packs up, thinking he was going to get out of there quickly. But Daredevil stops him, like tells him to stay and helps him out, and then he leaves. And then finally, definitely Incredible Hulk. I said this is the one that put the nail in the coffin for the series, basically. And I said, boy, I wish they could have kept on doing it. But then later on, NBC pretty much pulled the plug on the movies. And I hated that they did that. Because they said Bill Bixby had some good ideas for other movies. Continue it. Then, unfortunately, he got cancer and he died from it. And Lou said he didn't know if he wanted to do it again. Until I found out later that people are still asking him when he do a reboot or something. He said he'll be down for it. I said, I'd like to see him build the muscles back up unless they CGI, but anyway. Alright, I'm going to grab the movies real quick, so hang on tight. Alright, Hulk 2003. All I can say, I don't like him growing up to like 12 feet tall because he gets angry every time he gets shot at or whatever. And he's too baby-faced for me. He just don't look creature-esque. And I heard they were going to make a part 2, and it was going to have Grey Hulk and the Abomination, but I'm glad they did not do it. Okay, next is Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. If Marvel does a reboot, I would like to see him come back as the Hulk, but Mark Ruffalo does a good job too, but the way Disney did it, it just kind of ruined it for me. But hopefully, this one was good. I like the Abomination. Alright, finally we got Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk versus Thor, and it's got that holographic cover on there, but I got cringed in my back when I saw Wolverine stabbing Hulk in the back with his claws. And then in Hulk versus Thor, I loved the how Loki separated Hulk and Bruce, but I didn't like how he killed him. Finally, Planet Hulk. Okay, I love the storyline where the Avengers basically betrayed Hulk and sent him out into space to another planet so he wouldn't hurt nobody. But then he wrecked the ship, ended up on another planet, and basically became ruler of that place, and that's why it's called Planet Hulk. His blood was able to provide life back to Sakaar. Alright, that's it. All my Hulk movies, so I'll do an update if I buy any more, but thought I'd get on here and show you that. And since today was St. Patrick's Day and we wear green, I thought I'd do it anyway. That's going to be it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.